What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So I know a lot of you guys are into photography, and one way we all like to display our photos that we make is in our Instagram feed. And the problem with that is Instagram tries its best to make your photos look, well, pretty damn shit. Your super crispy, sharp, high quality photos become a pretty low quality mess sometimes when you upload them, which is really annoying. Now, we did actually do a video on this topic a few months ago, and to be honest, we kind of blabbered on a little bit. It took a little bit too long to get to the point. So let's just get into the settings that you need to use when you're exporting your photos from Lightroom to avoid that Instagram compression and stop it ruining the photos that you spent so long taking and editing. Alright guys, so we're in Lightroom. Gonna use this picture of Christina holding a little action cam. Video on that coming soon, by the way. So once you've finished up with your edit, you've done your crop, etc. We went for a 4x5 because that takes up the most space on Instagram, but it doesn't matter, choose whatever you want. And then we're going to go to File and Export. And here is the settings that you need to use to get the sharpest pictures on Instagram. So enter in all your information, and we're going to want to come down to File Settings, and we're going to want to make sure that the quality is set to 100 and that the little box underneath is unchecked. We don't want to limit the file size to anything. The next thing we're going to want to come down to is image sizing, and make sure that this little box is unchecked. We don't want to resize the image. And as for resolution, we've just always kept it at 240 and seems to look pretty good. And the reason why I believe not resizing works better is because Instagram's going to compress your image either way. So it makes sense to start with a bigger, higher quality file and then Instagram having to compress that, because the end result is going to be higher than starting with a smaller file and then Instagram compressing it, if that makes sense. And we've tried both and we think that this does give better results, and it kind of makes sense. You start with a bigger, higher quality file, and when Instagram does its thing, it seems to end up a better result than if you start with the smaller file. And the last thing to do is just output sharpening. We just choose screen and low, and that seems to work pretty well. So when you're done all that, just hit export and that's good to go. Well, that tea is just way too cold, but hopefully that video was helpful guys, and we know that a lot of you will suffer the same problems that we've had for the past few years trying to figure out how to kind of beat that Instagram compression. And after a lot of different testing, watching other people's videos, seeing what works and what doesn't, that is the best that we found so far. The only other little thing you might want to do is maybe add a little bit of sharpening on Instagram. We previously did, and we've kind of stopped a bit recently because we kind of like a slightly softer look. Still sharp, but just not that kind of digital sharpness. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful, and at least now if you follow those settings, pictures that you've spent so long getting and editing will now look pretty good when you upload them to Instagram. You're never going to keep all the quality, but it's a lot better than letting that Instagram compression do its thing, because it is very frustrating. If you found this one helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up guys, and yeah, as we always say, take it easy, don't be a stranger.
Check. The grills in my mouth double as a breeze. The grills in my mouth double as a breeze. The grills in my